What's up, Fight Fam, and welcome to Boxing Bros. This is episode 32. I want to say rest in peace to my man Kobe Bean Bryant. Thank you for the memories. Rest in peace to Gigi and all the other passengers that were on that chopper. I'm going to turn this over to my co-host.
This is Trill. Rest in peace, Kobe.
And this is G, R.I.P.
Everybody.
So the first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Jake Paul's victory over Gib. I'm calling him Gib because I don't really know him. I know he's an internet sensation. I don't really follow him. I don't know what he does. And I don't know how to say his name correctly. I don't want to butcher it. But I do know that Jake booked that behind. So what were your thoughts on that trip?
Listen, Jake was talking that talk and he walked the walk. He went out there. He looked like a boxer. The other guy, not so much. You know what I'm saying? But he went out there and he handled business, and shoot, he wants to fight. He wants to revenge his brother's loss. He wants to fight the other dude, KS1, whatever, KSI. He wants to.
Hey
fight
man, don't do that. There's KRS1.
Nah,
there's a real artist.
I didn't put the R in it.
Don't do that.
I didn't put the R in it. You know what I'm saying?
R in it.
The aura. I didn't put the aura in it. You know what I'm saying? But he want to revenge him. Hey, listen, these guys, if they can make the money, they appreciate the sport. They love sport. Why not? But I think the kid was impressive. You know what I'm saying? Look, I think he looked better than his brother in that fight. He had more time to train and everything. But even though he was fighting a different opponent, this opponent right here, it just seemed like, he just came off the couch. You know what I'm saying? Right into the ring. I don't know what's up with that fighting style he had, but shout out to the kid, man. He looked impressive.
G.
Yeah, I'll say Gib, I was actually impressed somewhat. Now, he looked like a fighter until he got hit. Like
What?
Nah, like think about it. He's
his ring interest was good.
Like, we're actually talking about YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the average person off the street wouldn't perform like that. You know what I mean? So clearly they took
like
training
Gib?
serious. Yo, what I'm saying is, before Gib caught the jab to the face, he was moving pretty good. He kind of reminded me of like he was trying to do the Tyson style. He made an honest attempt.
You gotta say walk with me before you say something.
Nah, this fight doesn't warrant a walk with me. You know what I mean? But for YouTubers, I was like, all right, you know what? Gib, salute to your performance, even though you got pretty much beat up. Jake, I was impressed by Jake's jab and his left hook. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he was delivering it. I wish the ref didn't stop it the way it did. Like I kind of feel like the ref should at least allow Homeboy to get dropped and then call the fight. Like I felt like it was too quick. It was just he's like, all right, fight done. And I'm just like, come on, these are two like YouTube sensations. Let them go all out. But but salute to Jake. I don't think Jake is gonna beat KSI. I think he's smaller. Even though he seems like he has skills, I think KSI is just gonna outpower him. And I think KSI is faster with the jab and faster on his feet. So it's gonna be hard for Jake.
That's the next question.
Oh my bad, I jumped the gun.
You followed the bouncing ball, man.
All right, go ahead.
Well, we know now what you. But yeah, so cool. That's all good. My reaction to that fight was, Gib looked terrible. So people, this is what happens when you're supposed to have friends around you, not yes men, right? You're supposed to have friends around you who see you in training and be like, bro, you probably should pull out of that. Bro, you probably shouldn't do that. Gib didn't have those people around him. Instead, he had people around him that led him to believe he stood a chance in this fight. And it became apparent to Gib 30 seconds in that just was not the case. From the moment Jake landed a jab, he understood that this is not a game. And they said he won some other fights, I guess like amateur or whatever. He also learned that pro level is different from amateur level. And you could even hear it because I heard Jake say, wow, the 10-ounce gloves knocks people out. I could tell he never rocked nobody like that before based on that statement. But when you're wearing 10-ounce gloves, it's a different ball game. 10-ounce glove changes the equation because when you're hitting guys and sparring with headgear, 16, 18, 20, 24 ounce even some people, you're not gonna knock no one out because the glove is taking away some of that pop, really a lot of that pop for protection. But once you put on those 10-ounce gloves, it's a different ball game. So with that being said, Jake looked somewhat impressive. He got Shane Mosley. He showed the ability to throw a jab. He showed some composure. He didn't go crazy to try to get Gibb out of there. I like that. When he hurt him, he didn't go wild. He still kept his composure and tried to land clean shots, and that was nice. But he did leave with a bloody nose. So Gibb did something in that fight. And so that leaves me with my next question. Who do you think will win? KSI. Well, he said he's doing this. He wants to avenge his brother's loss. KSI was in the ring. They had their little WWE face-off. Who you think will win that fight? Jake Paul or KSI?
You know, I really don't have a dog in this fight. I really don't.
Well, then you better pick one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna go like the last time. I'm gonna go with KSI. You know what I'm saying?
Any reason why?
The KSI. I'm taking Carissa Shields' answer. Why she picked AJ?
I'm saying because KSI's cuter.
No,
That's what Clarissa said.
because he's a brother.
Oh.
Nah, no, so I'm going with KSI because just the same reason with G said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because
I respect the answer though.
you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be bigger, and you know what I'm saying. He's a different type of opponent. But I see it. Go ahead, get that bag. I want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody would like to see that fight. You know what I mean? But I don't know if KSI is really gonna bite down and take that fight.
So G, we know that you got KSI winning.
Yeah, I definitely got KSI winning. But now that I think about it, they both only got like one professional fight.
They're both undefeated, 1-0.
Yeah, and so I need to know if KSI has still been training during this time, or was he like, I'm done, I'm going back to just YouTube videos. Yeah. But if he's like still perfecting his craft, then the edge is still gonna go on KSI's side. And to mention, like, even though Jake did seem faster than Logan, like KSI still has the reach advantage, still has the size. So yeah, I'm still going with KSI.
You know, this is tough because I actually felt like Logan Paul would beat KSI. And, you know, that fight to me should have been a draw, the way I scored it. When you look at it, I think KSI had a knockdown that wasn't counted. And Logan Paul lost a point that he shouldn't have, in my opinion. So if you do it the right way, it would have been a draw. So to me, that fight would have been a draw. But I think Logan Paul is more athletically gifted than Jake Paul. I think Logan Paul is more powerful than Jake Paul. And I do think KSI is a more worthy opponent than Gibb. And I think KSI is fast, and he threw some like powerful shots. He's not afraid to wing it in there. And like I said, he did drop Logan Paul. So if I had to pick, I would go KSI. I'm picking KSI because I believe that he's going to show more activity than Gibb. He's going to be harder to hurt than Gibb was. Gibb was hurt from the jab in the first 30 seconds. So from that moment on, he's not really thinking attack. He's thinking survive. So from the first 30 seconds into the fight, Gibb was thinking survive. KSI is going to be on the attack. He's going to have to hurt him. I just think that KSI has more tools. But with that being said, Jake Paul did show disciplined jab. He did land a nice straight right hand. So Jake Paul, by any means, he may have it, but we got to see. All right, my last question. Do you feel like YouTubers fighting on during major boxing events is hurting the sport of boxing?
Not at all. Not at all. Because it's bringing more people out. There's a lot of people, and they open. You know what I'm saying? It brings a lot of people out and brings more people to the sport, and they get to see other fighters. You know what I'm saying? I seen the other fighters, you know, trying to be more exciting in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And different to impress the fans. It's good for the sport. Anything that brings more people to the sport of boxing is good. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with Trill because as long as the YouTubers respect the art of boxing and they take the craft serious and they're showing that they are, I'm all for it. You know, as long as it's not like a goofy spectacle where it's just, you know, a random person off of the street just gets in the ring, they're out of shape, they're exhausted, They don't know how to throw a proper jab. They don't know how to, have proper movement in the ring. And, you know what I mean? Like, so as long as they're actually taking the art form serious, I'm all for it. I think it's great for the sport, to be honest with you. It's bringing more people, especially the younger crowd, back into boxing.
Yeah, I agree. I think people saying that the YouTubers are ruining the sport, they don't watch fights from the beginning. What I mean by that is if you follow the career of any prominent boxer, any boxer with a title right now, they started off with their first career fight at some local event, fighting a guy who looked worse than Jake Paul did. Mm-hmm. Fighting a guy who's probably in worse shape than Jake Paul was in, to go off of what G was saying. Jake Paul actually took it seriously, went to training camp, trained with Shane Mosley for this fight. And so he went in there, and of course, it's his first pro fight. Another thing is we're watching these guys on their first pro fight on a high profile card, on a card seen by a lot of people. Whereas most fighters in their first pro fight, we don't see how bad they are or what they need to work on because it's not televised. Unless they're a prospect like Xander Zayas. You don't really see them. So you have to think about that. We're watching a guy in his first pro fight, and he trained and he worked hard. And so you got to give these guys credit for that and stop saying like it's messing up the sport, because there are worse fighters in that weight division than Jake Paul. I guarantee you. There are worse fighters in that division than Jake Paul. And they actually are considered real fighters by you guys because they don't have a YouTube channel. Go figure.
Please like and subscribe and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros.